RDA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Las Vegas Raiders. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Tannehill to the air right off the bat. And his first look is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Gets past one man. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And taken down just shy of the 40. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
From the 39, Watson. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. They'll look to set up his blockers. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
Do you almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Watson on 1st down. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And connecting here with DJ Sharp. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
To throw is Watson. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Watson looks to throw again. And they're going to get him. He's safe back around the 28. That's Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. And his kick here is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he'll get it up here this time to the 21. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Now Tannehill. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. The Raiders at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way to the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 29, Tannehill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Fielded at the 20. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Vikings 49-yard line.
To throw is Tannehill. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
After the interception, here's Watson. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here in the 1st half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And some room to work. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
46-yard line.
Now Tannehill. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Tannehill. Out to his left. Tannehill intercepted again. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago and threw the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
To start the drive, they'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Faking the give, now Watson. And he's going to go down. Back in his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Max Crosby, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. Here's Watson. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Second down, Jacobs once more. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now it's Tannehill. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he finds Corey Davis. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. It's Bailey. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Right side, Davis. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have retaken a third-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know, heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Tackle
at the 25-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Still 9 remaining on second down. They run it again with Cook. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 50, it's Watson.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. And here's Ryan right now.
They'll boot it away from about his 35. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd down, it's Bailey. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
He was taken down by Grant Kelvin. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Six-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
On 2nd down, Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the points that they just had against them.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, we've said it many times, Charles, when you have weapons like this at the wide receiver position, just get them the football any way that you can, and here it's in the run game.
And that was an example of catching a team off guard because it really paid off for them. They weren't ready for that at all. I know they weren't ready to try and catch him because once he hit full stride, that was going to turn into a big play, and it did.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats there. How about this? 22.1 miles per hour. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that a real wrench change thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Borregales now on for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that is caught. It's Davis. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. To the air again, Tannehill. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. That's Bailey. And he's going to get this down near the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Tannehill. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Again, Tannehill. And he's got it. Touchdown. Hunter Renfro, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Watson. Dancing to his left. Gets by him at the 25. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
Fast or slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Tannehill. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. It's caught here by Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Looking deep for Adams. And now here's another interception. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. Nate Hobbs there to bring him down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Here's Cook again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it will wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed. Just
touchdown, Raiders! Darren Waller, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball and saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle, it's Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Give to Cook out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Vikings, there was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.